What's going on, guys? Compound Server 10 back again for another video here on the channel, and once again I'm looking every which direction that I possibly can. So today, well, originally, obviously, so last episode was a bit of a here and there everywhere because I wasn't sure if I wanted it to be like a tutorial kind of thing, or I just kind of wanted to play and just show you the update and progress that I made. And I'm just gonna do whatever happens, like whatever happens to me, or whatever I do or say or anything will just be it. Now, before it gets too dark and I die to all the mobs, we've got some stuff to show you. So first of all, last thing you saw me do was getting ready to prepare tools and getting Manulin, Cobalt, and Ardite. I have created my tools. I have them right here. We got Mjolnir, and we've also got Stormbreaker over here. But we've created our tools just because I wanted to progress, and I couldn't really progress without having the correct tools, and I wasn't ready to just jump straight back into this. So we've also got a little bit of a base going on right here. So we've got this built into the side of the mountain. There's still quite a bit of stuff that I got to cover up again to make it look more like a mountain. But we've got a base rocking up over here. I think I did show you or tell you guys earlier that I was going to build into this like ready-made circle that was already which was already in here. But let's quickly sleep through the night. So originally, obviously, we've got this little circle right here, and in the time that I've been off, I've been working on this area up here, which is the top flank. You go up here, and it's like, do not cross, bridge to be constructed, because we're going to build a bridge over to that area and then build into that mountain as well in future, because I think it'll look pretty cool. And then we've also got ladders over here, which lead down to the second base, this is the place that will host like power generation and stuff like that for our basic machines. Like, I'll probably turn one of these into like the auto crafter for AE and stuff like that, which if you don't know any of what I'm saying, don't worry. It'll become apparent very much soon. But yeah, that's what you missed. Okay, so I made a couple of coal generators from actually additions. Recipe looks like this with that. Basically does exactly what you think. You put coal in it and it will generate energy for you. I'm not going to put anything out right now because we need a place to store this energy, and obviously we're going to need some machines to use the energy as well. This is all a temporary setup because I plan on just using the nether essentially to pump stuff or to power stuff in the long run. So whatever I build at the moment will be temporary, so just kind of one of those things. Okay, so to store the power, we're going to need to build something that's here, which is called a energy cell from thermal expansion. At least that's what I'm going with. So we need to do a little bit of smeltering. We need to make something that's called electrum, which is made out of silver and gold. So we're going to make that. I'm also going to smelt up some lead as well, because I'll need it in the longer run. Okay, I believe that I have everything that I need to go ahead and craft it. I say that, I don't. I need a redstone block, which is fine. Easy peasy. Boom. Energy cell. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. So essentially what I'm gonna do is simply just place that on top of it. This one should just output into this straight away, I'd imagine. But I will need a couple of these conduits that I just made as well, using this recipe just up here if you want to use it. And essentially then this will also allow this and this to also pump into there as well. So all we need now is coal essentially, and that will be power. So let's just grab 3 stacks of coal, because I've got 3 stacks of coal, and we shall go ahead, chuck these in, and they're all generating power, and they're all just slowly ticking into that. Oh, interesting. Okay, hold on then, 2 seconds. Okay, so I just whipped up this spanner looking tool. It's called a crescent hammer. I'm gonna quickly pick up that, put that there, and put the conduit just there. So now it should, there we go. Yeah, so all this stored energy that the generators are creating, basically it has an internal buffer, which is this, but this is gonna, these three generators are just gonna keep filling with power. All the backlog power that's in there at the moment is slowly just gonna get fed into here and fill up this essentially, which then we can use for power. Alright, so guys, so remember when I said that the smeltery is really good because it doubles your ores? Well, now we're going to make machines that do the exact same thing, just a little bit quicker and a little bit more efficient, rather than us having to stand there and manually pour shit. So the first couple of machines, or the first machines that help us do this whole system, is the pulverizer, or if you work with IC2, which is Industrial Craft, you might know it as a macerator, but this is just still an expansions version. Basically, you put ore in it, it mashes it up, and you get 2 dust per ore that you put in. The second machine that we're going to be making are redstone furnaces. Essentially, they're just furnaces, but they're powered by, excuse me while my alarm goes off, they're powered by the power that we're generating, and essentially takes the pulverized dust that we make from the pulverizers and smelts it up, and that's how you get double the ore. So essentially with these pulverizers and redstone furnaces, they give you a configuration of how the block works. So you've got each different side of it obviously and the front there. So what we want to do is take the output here, which is the orange sections, and put them downwards. So the pulverizer will send it down, and down is the redstone furnace, which we take the input, which is the blue right there, and I'm pretty sure you can see what's going to happen. So as an example, let's check copper in here. It'll go ahead and pulverize it. We'll chuck iron in there, and we'll chuck gold in there. So they get done, and when they get done, sends it down straight there to pulverize copper, and then when this is done, smelts it into regular copper. So obviously this is all well and good. We've got our double ore production, which we already did. It's a little bit more efficient now, however, because we can just let it go. However, this is not efficient at all. Like, using coal really isn't what you kind of want to do, and as I said earlier, I want to use lava. So that's what we're going to work on now. So it would appear that, so to do what I want to do and pump from nether, I need a pump. I've looked at all the different pumps available, and the only one that's really, like, this one works, but I don't really know how it works, so I'm not working with it. So the one that we're going to be working with is range pump, shear pump, but it's very expensive. I need a lot of diamonds for it, and on top of that, I'm also going to need a chunk loader, which requires more diamonds, so I'm going to have to go mining again. Oh, finally. I was going to say, like, I've been in this ravine. It's all at Y11. If I didn't find some diamonds while I was down here, I would have been pissed. See how many I can possibly get. Just mine around it for right now. I've got some fortune on my pick. It's not quite fortune 3 GS yet, unfortunately. I think it's like fortune 2 technically. There we go. So out of 6 by the looks of it, let's see how many we get. Just got the achievement already, even though I already had the achievement. We got 7 out of 6. Great. If that was good enough, I wouldn't need to mine anymore. God damn it. Ooh, my skull is a weird shape, you know. It's like a real weird shape. I'm feeling it right now. And man, it's almost like where my glasses are, because I've worn them for so long, it's like bended my skull. Because right where like my glasses go around my head is like indents of like perfect, I don't know, indents for the frames of my glasses. Like, it's like literally perfect. Mad. Okay, it would appear that my Mjolnir, or hammer, has died, aka just broken. So I'm gonna just run back through anything that I might just still have to pick up. and then head home. Okay, so we're back home now. I'm gonna take some of this cobalt and just repair my thingy in a second. But we came out with a pretty decent haul. Came out with 41 diamonds and a shit ton more ore. So to the point where I actually need a second chest for, like a second double chest for ores, which I'm more than happy to oblige with. I don't really want to do this, but you know, for right now we will and deal with it as it comes. And boom, just like that, we got everything, and it took my iron pick from the chest. We don't want to use that. We got ourselves our pump. We got ourselves a trunk loader that I made as well. The only other thing I need now are some ender tanks, which will help me, like an ender chest, but it's like a tank for liquid, and some fluid ducts, which are pipes that let fluid run through. You get it. Okay, so we've got pretty much everything we need. We've got fluid ducts to transport the liquid, we've got the ender tanks to move it between the two worlds, we've got the chunk loader to keep the nether loaded even though if we're not in it, and we've got the pump. The last thing I kind of want to do is get one more thing to store the lava. Now, I could just leave it pumping out of the tank, or from the ender tank, but it isn't really that efficient. So, we're going to want to make these tanks, which I'm going to need to go get more obsidian, which is really annoying, but we need it. And then we need some of these resonating plates, which is done from smelting resonating ore, which I only have one of, which is right here. On the bright side, I don't need much of it because each tank only requires one of them, and you get 8 per smelt. So I only need like 1 or 2 more, or it's just annoying because it's stuff that I've been chucking away while I've been mining. Okay, so I'm gonna want a lot more tanks than this. I want it probably about as high as it can go. I want it like a 5 by high tank, but for right now, this is enough. So essentially, the setup is just you put your ender tank, you swap it to the output, which is orange on top, blue on bottom, and put it in so that it connects from there into the tank. It's not going to do anything right now, which is perfectly fine. It's going to then go underneath and power some different machines later. Also, I think it must be worth mentioning that we have Uzi on the server with myself right now. He's quite new to the mods. I believe our friend Reese is teaching him the run-of-the-mill things. So he's on right now. Real name is Kieran. I think I mentioned that he'd be on last episode. Don't think I'll be interacting with him all that much episode unless he asks for any help or anything. But yeah. Right, so I realized, I can set up the pump as much as I want. However, it's not going to work if I have nothing to power said pump. So, what we need is something to power it. So what we're going to do is use the exact same thing that we're going to use to power our base, but to power the pump, just by having it in the nether as well. So what we're going to use is a magmatic dynamo. Essentially what a magmatic dynamo is, it takes lava and turns it into power. So, let's get building. Hate the nether, hate the nether, hate the nether, hate the nether! And just like that, everybody, we've got our dynamos going. It's now feeding into the ender tank, which ender tank should be filling up back home. I'm just going to make this a little bit more safe. Put the chunk so the gas can't blow it up, and put the chunk loader down, and then we should be good to go back to the overworld. I entirely forgot that would happen. Did it happen down back here as well? That would suck if it did. So essentially... No, okay, so it didn't happen. What essentially just happened is that... read it. Will break if contains are extremely hot, extremely cold. Lava is extremely fucking hot. So... we need to upgrade these pipes that I made to to the hardened ones, which is hardened glass. Okay, so I took re-look at the recipe, and for some I was building the clear ones. We can just build the opaque ones with lead and invar, which is something that we've got. So we've got those. I replaced the one down there already underneath. So let's go back to the nether. Why do you have to be here? Fuck my life. That right there is why we're building shit around this. For God's sake. Either way, this is just going to keep feeding off this lava lake for as long as possible. We will have to move this setup every now and then because obviously it will run out of lava eventually. But we should be okay now to the point of that everything should just kind of work as everything should just kind of work as I expected now. The last thing I do need to do is this, just so these keep getting filled with lava as well as this. Okay guys, so we are so close to being done with this whole shenanigans. So, fun fact about these tanks that I just found out is that they'll more than happy accept from thermal expansion Fluidux. However, just to be annoying, they will not output to them for some reason that I don't really know and can't explain. However, there is another mod that can help us out here, luckily, to save my insanity. And it's called Extra Utilities. And what we can do is use this transfer node, fluid specifically. We can use these transfer pipes, run them along our handy dandy base right here. So let's grab that, and then we'll have 3 more here. Just again, this is all temporary because I don't know how it'll look eventually, but for right now, face forward like that for me, and now it's going in. But if we were using the other pipes that we were using previously, it would not have, because again, it just likes being finicky and I don't really know why. But all the same, these should all eventually get power. I believe it will fill lava one by one. So obviously this is still pumping from the nether, which is all well and good. This will slowly get all the way here.
Go on.
Yellow.
How are you?
Tired. Annoyed.
How's it going on the game?
That's why I'm annoyed.
What's going on?
I don't know, just trying to learn something new, and it doesn't make sense why it's not working.
Right, so I got a question for you.
Right.
I've got a stencil which I've just made into a pattern.
Right.
How do I turn that into a gold one?
Into a what?
I can't. How do I turn like the paper pattern into a gold template
What, of the same stencil?
of the same stencil, so I can pour something from the smeltery into it and make the shape?
Okay, so once you've got the stencil,
Yeah.
you need to make like a rubbish one, like a stone version of the item that you want to make. Like, so if you want to make a pickaxe head, make sure you've got a pickaxe head stencil, and make just like, I don't know, like a cobblestone one. And when you've got your cobblestone pickaxe head, or for example, you put that in, you put that on the smeltery table thing. Like where you're pouring out with your smeltery.
Yeah.
You should have like
And then I guess you just put gold around it.
So where your smeltery is, have you got like a little table and like next to it?
Yeah, I got a table. I got ingot cast, so it's in that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so what you need to do is on that little table where the ingot cast goes,
yeah,
put that pickaxe head that you just made, or whatever the item is, that stone thing of.
Mm-hmm.
And then what you gotta do is put gold in the smeltery. I think just one ingot will do. And then click on the valve, and then it'll pour out around your stone item that you've made, and it'll make a cast.
Sweet. That sounds good. I was with Reese when he made the wall, and he was talking me through it.
Yeah.
There's a couple of little pieces which I can't quite remember. But yeah, I'm making a fucking bow. So I feel like having a bow. Which is the best sword? I saw you had the.
I got
the cleaver.
No, I got the broadsword.
The broadsword.
Yeah, they each out. The broadsword is basically the standard sword of Minecraft. Basically, it depends kind of what you want your sword to do. Like the rapier sword, pierces through armor, which is usually pretty good. If for PvP. The cleaver, I don't really know the thing behind it. I think it helps you get heads. So like if you were going to go for wither heads, I think you'd use a cleaver. And then broadsword, I think is just good, just standard, like, you know.
Sweep attack each enemy holds a bay. Yeah, that's what I really. The only thing I need it for mobs. I'm not doing much PvP.
Give me 2 seconds and I'll be back in a little bit. Well, nice. in a couple of minutes.
A bit.
Radio. So as you can see now, all 6 of these dynamos are now lit up and flashing, all nice and safe. We will have to make better leadstone flux ducts. But for right now, they will do. So we want to put those through there, and we want to put that in there. And now we're refilling our energy cell through the power of lava. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant, if I do say so myself. So with that all being said and done, guys, that is actually where I'm going to wrap up this episode and live stream for today. Remember, if you want to catch these episodes live, you can go follow me over on Twitch, live streaming whenever I want to, really, right now, when I want to play it. I would probably keep playing if this didn't take me so long to do, but things just kept cropping up. So the small things that you've seen in this episode have taken about 3 hours to do. So I'm about ready to just call it a day. Next time we'll work on making those pipes that I just said a little bit better. We'll make a couple more machines, and soon we'll get into applied energistics, which is a very, very nice sorting system for modded Minecraft. But until then, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.